No, it is not the end of the world. But everything is fine, Jiff.
But it feels that way.
Nah.
Still, yeah.
Dude. Sun's still rising today. You've still got a family.
Oh, no,
I don't know your situation.
Dude, jump on Twitter, man. It's dark.
No,
it's dark.
That's why I don't do that
anymore. It's dark.
Let's go to
Not
Rhonda.
great, Bob.
Let's go to Rhonda on line 4. He's been waiting very patiently. Rhonda, how are you?
Hello?
Rhonda?
Paging Rhonda.
Rhonda doesn't appear to be there.
Oh, and she's calling back.
Somebody will. Cousin Joey, Cross Plains. Joey, go ahead.
There we go, Joe.
My family. Dude, so y'all met me. Y'all can vouch that I am blind, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I could have made better passes than Ryan Tannehill this past Saturday. It seemed like that defense had its head in the game where it should have been. But the offense was looking past them to either Kansas City or Buffalo. Todd Downey couldn't call this game to save his life. It was almost like he just wanted to hurry up and get through it. Coach Mack referenced this multiple times on the call Saturday because I was listening. Dude, that stadium was rocking. But Todd Downing called such a horrible game. He never got Tannehill and that offense in rhythm. And some of the stupidest calls I've ever seen out of Vrabel with the going for the 2 when they should have kicked the extra. And then the 4th down, I don't even know what they were thinking there. I mean, just come home, guys. It's just, But like I said, I didn't even watch after that game. I didn't watch any football this weekend. I just couldn't do it because it just made me so angry. And and I woke up yesterday, and I thought it was all a bad dream. And I was actually kind of good, and then got into church and started getting ribbed there at church. And I was like, man, they're like, it's all your fault. You called into the radio and you talking all this smack all week. And I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do as a fan. I'm like, it wasn't me. It was the stupid play calling. I mean, like I said, he seemed like he couldn't string 3 plays together. I don't know what he was doing out there.
Joey?
You're not alone.
First off, you missed a hell of a game last night. I will say that.
You did miss one hell of a game.
Play calling. The go for 2, I know you're on the 1-yard line, but it's a tie game in the first half. It's 6-6. Take the point. They chased that point for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they did. That didn't actually give them the lead at all. Did they lead any in this game? Look back.
I mean, they would have been up 7-6, and I don't know.
Titans never led.
They never led. No.
They chased that point for the rest of the game.
16, yep. 9-6 going in the half, Cincy. They scored coming out, and then in the game, yeah.
The 3rd down call, not sneaking it, or if you're going to hand it to Henry, hand it to him on 3rd down. Like, I didn't understand that at all. But the sneak with Tannehill at his size, I don't know why.
Oh my
I don't understand that at all. There were a lot of play calls that didn't make sense. How about Deontay Foreman breaks off a huge run, gets you into the red zone, and you immediately throw a pass, which gets picked off and you lose all that momentum? Because right there, it felt like you were about to score. Just keep handing it to Foreman.
Keep handing it off. Oh, my God.
Like, I know the Bengals won, but the Bengals didn't even score 20 points.
No.
Your defense had 9 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think the back end played all that well. I mean, Fulton didn't have a great day. Molden didn't have a great day. David Long has Joe Mixon bouncing off him. Yeah, it wasn't the best day from that perspective. But your front 4 did enough to win that game. If I'm Danico Archer today, I'm not thrilled. Because I'm just like, what more do you need?
Since he has 65 yards rushing, no touchdown from Joe Burrow, and he had 1 pick. I want to hear from them more, Jay. Like, there's more breakdown to it. Again, the Foreman versus Henry decision, the passing decisions, the down and distance decisions. There's a lot to actually go into. Like I said, Kern's first punt gave Cincy really good field position. We got to call him out exactly as it happened this week.
Everything that you could have done wrong, you found a way to do wrong in the game. And Burrow did throw a pick. Wasn't even on him. was on a receiver on the outside, and then Hooker just made a ridiculous play.
Yeah, he did. Good on him.
It's just a great play by Monty.
He came to play this weekend.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No question. All right, let's go to Rhonda's back. Rhonda, what's up?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
First of all, I'm just glad, like everybody else, we all still have TVs today, and they're not in a million pieces. But first thing I want to say is that after watching yesterday's game, we are not ready. And I was so excited with all the atmosphere and the excitement in the air, and it just took me back to the Steve McNair days, you know. And then after watching yesterday, there's no way we're ready. No way.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, whoever gets Foreman, I hope he gets paid. He showed up and showed out when we needed him. And with all due everybody else has already been talking about this. I was on hold for over an hour. But Derrick Henry, yes, he's great, but I'm telling you what, we needed Foreman yesterday. And I know this has already been said.
Yeah. Rhonda, we appreciate the call.
And thank you for waiting.
Thank you for holding.
Sorry, it's been that day.
So you said this last night in the chat, Moan, to us, and I've been thinking about it watching football all day, especially watching the other AFC game last night. You're just not in that class.
No.
Without a quarterback to match that, you're not in that class. It doesn't mean that you can't beat them because you have. But I was watching that, and I was just like, you're not as good as these two teams.
And if you real to yourself. I knew we weren't better than the team that was really good in New England. I knew that. Like, I knew we had to be really on. Like, the Jesse James touchdown needed to happen so we can get home field advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's had to line up. That's one of the reasons why I tell y'all why did I bow out? I knew Pittsburgh wasn't about to win a Super Bowl recently. I knew that.
I mean, why would you or Pounce or any of those guys stick around for not winning a championship? Like, there's no reason.
When you're that old.
Right.
Yeah. The Bills, Kansas City are different. And Cincinnati's right there. They're crawling with them. They're jogging with them. They're not sprinting just yet. They're jogging.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to say they're jogging or
but
they're
you
running
can see
with
them. Like, if they're running a marathon or whatever, they're turning around and they're seeing the Bengals and they're seeing the Chargers. And they're just like, okay, well, those guys might need to keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm.
Might need to pace ourselves. But think about this. Josh Allen played one of the greatest quarterback games you'll ever see last night. That dude lost.
And still lost. So as what was it? Not Deborah that called. It was Rhonda that called. Rhonda's a realist.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I mean, you hate to say it because, you could win any given Sunday and all this. You could. But you're not as good as those teams. Not the ones that I saw. Not with quarterbacks that are difference makers. And that to me is what was most glaring. And with play callers. Because you have Brian Dable and you had Bieniemy. Look, Denver gets him, I'm excited.
Even Cheetah said it. It's like we're out here playing with Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
I know he said Phil Jackson. I think he said Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson calling plays.
Yeah.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah.
To break down that cover, I listened to RC break it down last night. To break down that cover two man to where Tyreek Hill, if nobody makes that play, there was going to be nobody tackling him as he gives a peace sign running to the end zone. To know they're in two man, to utilize your weapons properly, to where nobody could catch him.
Yeah, I heard him say, he's like, that's the one play you can't, as a defense, that's the one route you can't allow because as soon as that guy caught it, the safeties were split.
And everybody's back turned.
Right.
Because they're in man.
Yeah. It was perfect. I heard RC say this, thought this was a really great way to put it. He goes, both offenses deserve to win and neither defense deserved to win in that game last night because they were just getting abused. Paul and Franklin. Paul, what's up?
What's up, Paul?
Hey, good morning. How are you all doing?
Doing well, sir.
Hey, well, everybody's already echoed a lot of my comments and said it, but in my opinion, man, I'm really hurting for our defense. I'm hurting for Julio. I'm hurting for Foreman after that game. Tannehill is not the answer for us. He's never been, in my opinion. He had one decent season with us and took us to the playoffs, but we're never going to be the team that we need without a very solid quarterback. Foreman had the hot hand. he should have kept running the ball. And our defense really stepped up. It was a good game, but we're never going to be the team we need to be without a strong quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the sentiment you hear from everywhere. Tannehill might be a heck of a guy. He might be a leader.
Selfless.
But Alex Smith is a heck of a guy, and that's who I keep looking at. There's two guys, Alex Smith and Jared Goff. What'd the Rams do? Goff was good, but he wasn't a difference maker. Goff loses to the Bucs yesterday. Stafford didn't.
Oh.
That's the difference. Tannehill lost to the Bengals. Stafford wouldn't have.
I'm trying to spot a lie here.
Sometimes it's just real cut and dry.
Yeah.
Ernest in Nashville. Ernest, what's up?
What's up, Ernest?
Good morning, guys. My thing is this right here. I disagree with you about talking about we're not a good team. We beat everybody y'all been talking about all day. We done beat the Bills. We done beat the Chiefs. I mean, the play calling yesterday from Vrabel and the OC was horrible. I mean, you got to take your head out to Derrick Henry for coming back. He still got his yards. Foreman ran great, but we went away from the game plan. You know, the first interception, that's Tannehill. We could have overcame that. You know, the 2-point conversion, you went over that. Also, the going trying to drop back and pass after Foreman got us down there in the red zone. That was ridiculous. That shouldn't even been Tannehill shouldn't even been in that position. Should have handed the ball up 3 straight times. If you didn't get it, get a field goal. Points change the momentum of games all the time. And I agree with my guy in Lewisburg about the respect that the Titans do not get around the league. They always, when we beat a major opponent like the Chiefs or the Bills, they're always talking about how the Bills lost to us. They don't never talking about how we won the game, beat them down or anything like that. And that's a lack of respect because we always get a mediocre type coach. Vrabel's mediocre. You know, he got plenty of excuses, just like Taylor Lewan got plenty of excuses. And he's the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. I don't know why. And again, you know, I think I'm going to hang up. I think that we deserve a little more respect than we get.
Okay, Ernest. No, you don't.
I would say this too. We didn't say they were a good team.
No, we didn't say they were a bad team. We just said they're not on the level of the teams we watched in that game last night.
With their quarterbacks.
Correct.
So we're right and wrong about the same thing as far as what we're saying. I think, honestly, Ernest, we're on the same page more than we're not about what we're saying.
Yeah. But in terms of the respect thing, today's not the day to say, give us respect. You deserved respect during the regular season more than you got. I do agree with that. But today's not the day to say we should get more respect than that. No. Not when you're the number 1 seed and you crap the bed. An opportunity where you got 2 games that you could host both of to get to the Super Bowl.
Mind you, too, there's another guy out here that's getting this same type of heat. Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
So if we're gonna laugh at him and joke about him and say all these things about what he hasn't done, then as a team you got to kind of take that too. You know, as far as the Titans go, as far as Aaron Rodgers go, like both number ones, it was set up to actually be a successful day.
My thing is this. You're good, but you're certainly not great because great teams can win with expectations. The Titans are real good when they're the hunters. But they've proven when they're the hunted, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
When teams started throwing their best shot at them, they have kind of folded. And that was what we saw on Saturday. That's a number 1 seed that was playing in your town on Saturday in front of a sold-out crowd. National audience. Derrick Henry's coming back. The healthiest you've been all year. You're the hunted.
Mm-hmm.
And Cincinnati walked in with a bow and arrow and just took you out.
Mm-hmm.
And you found a way to help take yourself out along the way. I don't think you can be declared a good team, or a great team, I should say, because I do think they're a good football team. There's a lot of good football teams that aren't going to win the Super Bowl. And until you've got a quarterback that's a difference maker, the margin of error is real small. You almost have to play perfect around that if you have an average quarterback. That's why San Francisco's still playing.
Yeah.
They don't have a quarterback, but they've played out of their mind defensively and on special teams. in 2 games, and teams have crumbled around them. But that's what it took for them to win 13-10 on Saturday because they don't have a difference maker at quarterback. Michael in Atlanta. Michael, what's up?
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all?
Doing well.
Good. Hey, man, y'all started the show. I think you were saying the 5 phases of grief.
Yeah.
The only 2 I heard were anger and acceptance. And here's why I'm angry. I mean, I've been a day one Titans fan since they moved here. When they blew 3 number 1 seeds, right? The 2000 season when they blew it, I was young. I just assumed, well, we'll be back. When they blew it in the 2008 season, they really weren't that good of a team. But that one hurt. Just hurt because it was the Ravens, I think, more than anything. But this one here, man, just anger. I mean, I would argue that we had one of the best rosters since the 2003 team when McNair won the MVP. We needed that bye. Yeah, I was concerned about them being flat, but we needed that bye to get healthy. You put yourself in a position where you don't have to play the Chiefs at home should you win, and we come out there and put that performance. I'm mad about it. Mm-hmm. And then just acceptance. I mean, look, I get why we signed Tannehill. It's not like we had any other options, but to restructure, and I'm cool with us bringing in Julio Jones, but to restructure Tannehill's contract to bring in Julio, and now we're locked to this guy for another 2 years. I mean, it is what it is at this point. We're not going to get there with this guy. And, you know, there was a time when my world stopped for Titans games, preseason games, regular season games. Now, man, if it's a nice day in October, September, November, I'm on the golf course. And my wife asked me, well, you know, why'd you start doing that? And I'm like, look, all I care about are the playoffs at this point. I'm past it's so great for Middle Tennessee that we got an NFL team. Look, I want playoff performance. I want us to get to a championship, you know. So Titans, holler at me next December, November. I hope we get back there again, but Tannehill ain't going to get us there.
Maybe the thief of the best is the very good. Very good fools you into thinking things. Mm-hmm. Like, you want this item, right, and it's sold out. So you go ahead and you get something else. Then you've blown your money on that, and you don't have the money for the item that was sold out. And you never end up with that item.
Mm-hmm.
You've settled. You've made a choice, and you've stolen the best for the now, for the great. That point about Tannehill and not having any other options, that's accurate.